Week 4 of the Lori Vallow trial is complete, and here are my testimony takeaways. I'm Fox 10 investigator Justin Lum. It appears we are at the halfway mark of this triple murder trial. Remember, Judge Steven Boyce told the jury to be ready for 7 to 8 weeks, and from what I can tell from this trial audio, the past few days have been heavy, emotional, and once again, graphic evidence has come to light in connection to the murders of J.J. Vallow and Tylee Ryan, the two youngest kids Lori Vallow was a mother to and was responsible for. We learned about the autopsies conducted on 16-year-old Tylee, the only daughter of Lori, and 7-year-old J.J., the boy who Lori and Charles Vallow adopted when he was just a toddler. We found out the causes of death for these kids. But I want to start on day 15 when Lori's younger sister, Summer Shiflet, was called to the stand to testify against her own sister. You talk about emotions running high. This was pivotal because Summer publicly defended Lori back in 2020 when her kids were still missing, months before that devastating discovery in the backyard of Lori's husband, Chad Daybell. The prosecution asked her about the time Summer spoke to Lori in February of 2020, after Lori was initially arrested on charges of child abandonment.
I'm going to draw your attention back to the time period in which you were made aware that JJ and Tylee were missing. You testified that your sister told you that she knew where Tylee was?
I don't remember if she used that wording, but yes, that was what was relayed to me.
Okay, and conveyed to you that she knew where JJ was?
Yes.
She told you that they were safe?
Yes.
Ms. Shiflet, she lied to you about them being safe?
I believe so, yes.
Judge, that's all I have.
And not only did Summer believe Lori lied to her, but Lori was never truthful with law enforcement or her own friends about the whereabouts of JJ and Tylee. In 2019, Lori had told some people that Tylee was attending BYU Idaho. Records show she never attended BYU Idaho. Lori told police JJ was with her friend Melanie Gibb in Arizona, and Gibb would eventually tell police the truth. She never had JJ. Lori told her friends that JJ was with his grandmother, Kay Woodcock, at one point. Also not true, because Kay called for that crucial welfare check in November of 2019. She had not seen JJ for months. Lori's kids were missing from the public, but through this case, we know JJ and Tylee were killed in September of 2019, left underground on Chad Daybell's property. And Lori and Chad would get married just a couple months later in Hawaii. During Summer Shiflet's testimony, the prosecution plays the jail call between the two sisters. Just a couple weeks after the children were found dead, here's some of this intense audio.
We would have taken them. We would have taken care of them. You could have gone out and done anything you wanted. That's what you think? I don't know what to think. None of us do. You haven't told us anything. We believed you. We stood up for you. I can't. I would love to. You cut me and Mom off for 4 months and told everyone not to trust us because we tell Adam. And now we find this out and you expect me to just keep going on faith when there's been zero explanation and you expect me to just keep believing without ever having a question? Say that. That is what you're saying. Either explain it or don't expect me to not be upset and tell you when the kids are on Chad's property. think I'm insane? No, I don't. I think you were dancing on the beach having a great time. Getting married. And you took pictures of her. Your kids don't deserve a burial, but you need to get wedding pictures? You don't think that's upsetting?
Summer wants the truth from Lori, the truth from her sister, and here is another example of a call with Lori in which there does not seem to be remorse or sadness coming from her. If you think back to the call with Lori's son Colby Ryan, same thing. You really have to go back to this time frame of December 2019 to June 2020. That's about 7 months of police and the FBI searching for JJ and Tylee, and during that time, Summer and her mother, Janice Cox, literally defended Lori on national TV. And you could argue any immediate family member would do that for someone they love and care about. Because at the time, there was no physical evidence that the children were dead. There were different theories, especially because Lori and Chad allegedly believed in these doomsday prophecies and they were preparing for the end of days. Some people thought JJ and Tylee were being hidden. So this phone call encapsulates the feelings of betrayal, of heartbreak. And Summer is devastated, and Lori doesn't reveal anything of any substance. And in that clip, you also hear Alex mentioned. Alex Cox, the brother of Lori and Summer, who has been dead since December of 2019. He followed Lori from Arizona to Idaho, and he is the one who shot and killed Lori's fourth husband, Charles Vallow, in Chandler, and claimed self-defense. Gilbert police say he is also the suspect who shot at Brandon Boudreaux, the ex-husband of Lori's niece, Melanie Pulowski. Alex is who prosecutors say shot at Chad Daybell's wife, Tammy, but failed just 10 days before she died of asphyxiation. And of course, Alex's cell phone pinged in the areas of the Daybell property where JJ and Tylee's bodies were discovered. He is believed to be a co-conspirator in this triple murder case, and Lori's defense brings him up to Summer in cross-examination.
Did he suffer a brain injury as a teenager?
Yes.
And what was that, from a car accident?
Yes.
And did that brain injury in that car accident, did that affect him?
I believe it did.
Was he different after that car accident than he was before?
He seemed almost stuck in making like teenage decisions. He got in his car accident at 16 and he kind of made decisions like a 16-year-old most of his life.
Through various police records between Chandler and Gilbert, Alex is identified as Lori's protector, and even his own widow, Zulema Pastenes, said he bought into the religious belief system allegedly taught by Chad and Lori. Beliefs that prosecutors say Lori, Chad, and Alex used to justify murder. On day 16, the inevitable truth was revealed. The official causes of death for JJ Vallow and Tylee Ryan. How were they killed? We've been asking since June of 2020. Dr. Garth Warren, the Ada County coroner, conducted the autopsies. Warning, details are graphic. We know JJ died of asphyxiation, smothered by a plastic bag, and duct tape was placed over his mouth. He was found in the same red pajamas he was wearing the last day he was seen on September 22nd, 2019. On day 17 of trial, we learned Idaho State Police tested the plastic JJ was wrapped in, and for context, they already had fingerprints ready from Alex Cox, Lori Vallow, and Chad Daybell. Latent prints from the black plastic were tested and ultimately matched Alex Cox. So we know JJ was last seen with Alex, and Alex's prints are on the plastic JJ was found dead in. Tylee Ryan's cause of death is clearly homicide, according to Warren, but the cause is unspecified. Her remains were found in such horrific condition, burnt flesh and charred bones in pieces, buried in the Daybell Pet Cemetery. A forensic anthropologist with the FBI said she found sharp trauma to her hip bones and spine, but the locations of sharp alterations found in the pelvic region are not consistent with typical cases of dismemberment. Another forensic examiner who works for the FBI in the Firearms and Tool Marks Division said there are signs of stabbing and chopping actions to some of Tylee's bones he studied. It's really hard to absorb these details. A retired analytical chemist for Idaho State Police testified his job in this case was to test a pint-sized can from Chad Daybell's property containing decomposing flesh and other debris. It contained gasoline. A forensic biologist with Idaho State Police also took the stand. She said 18 hand tools were recovered from the Daybell property. She said several tools had apparent blood and what looked like charred flesh. Take a listen to Catherine Dace talk about one of the items.
The DNA profile from item 36.1.3 matched that obtained from the reference sample of Tylee Ryan. Again, this DNA profile is at least 604 octillion times more likely to be seen if Tylee Ryan is the source than if an unrelated, randomly selected individual from the general population is the source.
She found that DNA from a shovel and handle of a pickaxe matched to Tylee Ryan. It's important to note just how much work was put into figuring out what happened to Tylee, how she was murdered. Her remains unrecognizable, and so far through this trial, at least 5 witnesses have testified using graphic details to explain how she was found and the aftermath of it all. She was only 16 and just a couple weeks from her 17th birthday. There was also testimony regarding at least one instance of Tylee's bone being bent in perimortem, meaning at or around the time of death. So it makes you wonder about the moments leading up to Tylee's murder. And finally, at the end of day 17 and into day 18, we heard from Samantha Gwilliam, the sister of Tammy Daybell, Tammy's only sister, and they were extremely close. We hear how Samantha learned of Tammy's sudden death. She says Chad called her that morning of October 19th, 2019, and said Tammy had been sick. Take a listen.
Chad called me the morning that she passed away.
Do you recall what he told you?
He told me that she had been really sick and that she'd been coughing all night, and had gotten up and with a coughing fit around midnight, 1 o'clock, and had gone back to sleep. And he was awakened by her that morning when she rolled out of bed dead.
Did that make any sense to you?
No, because I had just seen her 2 weeks previous to that, and she hadn't been she wasn't that sick at all. She was very healthy.
Did she indicate to you any activities that she was participating in?
Yeah, she was in a clogging class, and she was showing us some of her clogging moves, but she was also preparing to run a smaller race in their town, so she was trying to stay fit and healthy.
And how old was she?
She wasn't 50 yet. We were going to get ready to celebrate her 50th birthday.
Tammy seemed healthy 2 weeks before her death, according to her sister, and Chad had been acting strange, she says. Even back in July of 2019, when Charles Vallow was shot and killed, Chad didn't want to visit with Tammy's family or even talk to them, really. For Samantha's birthday, Tammy dropped by to give her a present, and Chad was sitting in the car with it running, ready to go. Samantha had no idea Chad was having an affair. Lastly, I want to get to that 911 call made after Tammy died. Remember, Chad would send her to the funeral home, and her memorial would take place just a few days later in Utah. No autopsy was done until she was exhumed in December of 2019 due to suspicious circumstances. Here's that call to Fremont County Dispatch.
We're at 202 North, 1900 East.
What's going on?
We just found my mom. She's on the ground frozen, she's stiff, and I don't know.
Are you in Madison County or Fremont County?
Well, I'm Chad, the husband. She's clearly dead.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. Okay, are you in Rexburg or... Because your address shows a Rexburg address, but you're in Fremont County?
Mile past.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah, she's frozen.
Okay, can I get your name?
Chad Daybell. Oh, man. Oh.
Okay, Chad, I'm going to get somebody up to you right now, okay?
You know the corner where the blinking yellow light is? The red house?
Yes, sir. Red house on the corner.
Yes.
Blinking yellow light.
Okay. We'll get somebody out to you, okay? I'm so sorry.
Okay.
If you need anything else, you call me back, okay?
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
To hear all of the witness testimonies throughout the Lori Vallow trial, just head to our Vallow Daybell playlist. You'll find hours and hours of crucial evidence there. And if you have not seen our investigative special, Murder, Money, and the End of Days, the Lori Vallow story, check it out, especially if you're just learning about this complex case. Thanks for listening. I'm Justin Lum for Fox 10 Investigates.